You're charged with operating while intoxicated. You have the right to a lawyer. If I'll be happy to give you one. Would you like one?
Lawyer.
Today's courtroom docket starts off calm, but trust me, that doesn't last long. What begins as a routine OWI arraignment quickly escalates into a tense courtroom showdown, involving a deeply disturbing case of phone harassment, a furious judge, and a defendant whose excuses crumble under pressure. You'll see multiple defendants come and go, but one particular case ignites the judge like gasoline on fire. Stay locked in, because this session moves from standard legal procedure to emotional testimony, harsh judicial reality checks, and ultimately, a sentencing that reveals just how seriously the court takes crimes involving minors. Watch closely every expression, every hesitation, every word spoken in this room matters. Let's dive in.
Okay. So how about if I just go ahead and arraign you then, and then we'll set a court date and you can come back with your lawyer. You want me to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay. So on September 28 of 25, the police think you were operating a motor vehicle in the township of Brownstown on Fort near Gibraltar at 2:46 in the morning, and they think you were intoxicated. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs for all 6 points, license suspension or revocation. In accordance with your record, and your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. You understand that? Did you sign an advice of rights and read it and understand it?
I did. I understand.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right. So I'll enter a not guilty plea. You're going to go hire your own lawyer, right?
Yes.
I'm going to enter a not guilty plea. I'm going to give you a $500 personal bond, okay? You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no contact with prosecution witnesses. You've never had a drunk driving before, have you? Okay. So I want you to go over to Taylor, though, and take care of your civil infraction. You should pay that before you come back, okay? And then that's been outstanding since August of 24, all right? So you got to take care of that. And we'll give you a new court date. We'll give you a copy of your bond sheet. And then we'll give you a new pretrial date. And that will be on, is that the 19th, Lisa? Yeah, she's on the phone. I'm going to give you a court date of November 19th at 9:30 in the morning, okay? November 19th at 9:30 in the morning. You go down the hall. We will give you a paper notice, and then you'll come back, okay?
Sure.
We wish you well. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Priority Waste, LLC, PIB 149, 066. Thanks, sir.
Ethan Busby.
You're charged with improper plate and no insurance. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. I'm sorry?
No, sir.
All right. So on October, I'll arraign you and I'll let you go talk to the prosecutor. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
On October 16, she's reasonable. On October 16 at 25 at 12:07 a.m., it is claimed that you're operating a motor vehicle on Inkster near Weston, Brownstown with an improper plate. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. You also have a second charge of civil infraction, no insurance. Do you understand that? Did you sign the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it and understand it?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
I'll enter a not guilty plea, $100 personal bond. You don't have to post any money. Here's your bond conditions. You cannot leave the state without consent. You cannot violate a law. Must appear in court as directed. We'll give the file to the prosecutor. You go out in the hall. She'll call you in and you see what you resolve with her. If she doesn't give you what you want, you can come in and request a court-appointed lawyer. Okay? All right. Good luck. Okay, sir. Good morning again. Your name?
Darian Mix.
Okay, so I'm going to adjourn this, but you got to move on renewing your license, okay? All right, so we'll give you a new date, November the,
19th at 9:30.
okay, November 19th at 9:30. You can go down the hall and get your notice.
Okay.
Go renew your license, and I'm sure it'll work out, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to give you an adjournment so you can get your clearances and your driver's license, okay? All right?
Yes.
So we're gonna give you probably November 19th. Is
Okay,
that gonna give you enough time?
yes.
November 19th, Lisa, at
9:45.
9:45, okay?
If, I do have to reschedule it maybe so I can do it. I think I have an appointment that day or.
We're at
Doctor.
what time?
I have to look, I can't look, I think it's the morning, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Lisa, why don't we just make it easy and give it her the next date?
Okay, December 3rd at 8:30.
Okay, December 3rd at 8:30. Just okay. December 3rd at 8:30. You can go down the hall and we'll give you your notice. All right? Okay, best of luck. 25B1490007B.
Good morning, Judge D'Anthony, on behalf of Mr. Marlon Owens, Spacious Woman Report.
Marlon, Amir Owens.
Ma'am, you can come right up here. Tell me your name, please.
Crystal Thomas.
So what happened here is defendant failed to appear for sentencing October 16th. Ms. Owens was here. Mr. Owens then came in on October 20. We rescheduled it for today. Now, he had pled guilty under section 771.1 to telephone harassment. A report was prepared. Have you had the opportunity to review the screening and or the pre-sentence report with them? And are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
Yes, Your Honor, we reviewed the report. The only correction is to the employment. Mr. Owens is no longer employed at KBI. He's gonna be employed at, it's AISIN Employment. And he starts there on November 11th. But other than that, there are no other additions, deletions, or corrections.
Anything you would like to say in his behalf?
He does apologize for the situation, and we would ask that the court would adopt probation recommendations. Thank you.
Anything you'd like to say? Now, listen, you've been here twice. I want you to feel free to tell me whatever you'd like to say. And just relax and take a deep breath.
So, I would just like to say, thank you for Brownstone Police Station for taking your report seriously. I am thankful that due to the investigation, we found that my son was not a target for anything worse. Unfortunately, your actions landed on my child's phone. There was many conversations with my child when I provided him with a cell phone about technology and the permanency of what you send out into the world. And about how he's responsible for that at his young age. Grown adults should know better. You should verify that information before it is sent out.
Your son is about to become 13, right?
He is.
Okay.
So it was a very upsetting situation.
Now we move into the emotionally charged heart of today's docket. This isn't a simple traffic case anymore. This is a victim addressing the court directly, and her words reveal the trauma and fear that digital misconduct can cause. She highlights something important. Technology gives adults immense power, and misuse of it, especially toward minors, creates lasting harm. Her statement also influences sentencing. Judges pay close attention to victim impact because it reflects the real-world consequences behind the charges. What stands out to you here? TheMothers.com, strength, or the defendant's earlier absence from court? Comment below. These moments shape the judge's final decision.
And then when you didn't show up for court, it made me feel that you were not apologetic, sympathetic, anything for your actions, and you didn't take it serious. I've had to miss time from work. This is my second time coming in, and I'm thankful for my job and their understanding the situation. But I just hope that you learn from this and take it seriously. Consider what you're sending out on that piece of technology and where it could end up in the consequences and repercussions of having somebody else.
Anything else?
No, that's it. So, Your Honor, the reason, and I know it's not an excuse, but the reason Mr. Owens didn't show up, he was working. Hey, Judge, he understands it's not really an excuse. He does apologize for making the victim have to.
Did he call? Did he call? Oh, court. You left the state without consent. Did somebody tell you could do that? Did I tell you could do that? Why'd you do it? And why didn't you call?
We all knew I had a job at Harlem.
I can't hear you.
We all knew I was working. I didn't know y'all didn't know it was
You,
traveling.
you think we got some kind of ability to foresee that somebody has to go out of work, has to go out of state for work? We just knew you were working and so should assume that you'd go out of state without calling us when you knew a victim was likely to appear? Or even if a victim wasn't likely to appear, you wanted us to foresee that? You think that we have some crystal ball? You think that we're... I find this outrageous. Come here, look at me. I find this outrageous. I'm not talking about you not showing up. That's bad in and of itself, but that's minuscule compared to your conduct. You think this is funny? You think something about this is funny, sending these lewd videos to a 12-year-old? I'm not amused. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I got a really good sense of humor when I'm not in here.
Just for the record, it's clear it was in Marysville, Michigan.
I don't care if it was in Muskegon, Marquette, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Key West, Paris, France. I don't care. I'm not, look, he's not the only one that doesn't show up. I don't understand people. I don't get it. I wasn't raised that way. I don't do that. But that's not the issue here. The issue here is his conduct. You sent masturbation videos to a 12-year-old. Really? Really? Did he spend any time in jail in this? No. Right? You did or did not?
No.
I'm going to take into account the fact that this is really, other than the other offense that you had, theft or embezzlement several years ago. But I can't believe you just woke up one morning and decided you were going to start to do this. 12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must report to probation as directed. You're to attend the impulse control program with Class A training center. You're to have a psychological evaluation and treatment if recommended. You're not to have any contact with the victim or the victim's family. Four days jail forthwith. Congratulations, you pushed me. 4 days court work program, $35 a day charge for that for 140. Jail term could have been a lot worse. I'm going to assume you just somehow, some way had a brain freeze. on this date back in September of 24. 100 fines, 200 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 3.25 screening fees, 60 for 385, probation fees are 240 for 625, attorney fees are 40 for 665, 805 including court work program fees, 4 days jail forthwith. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. I want you to give me a review hearing date, Lisa. If you show up and you do everything and you're compliant, I'll be happy to dismiss the case on motion of the prosecutor in 12 months. We'll give you that date now. It'll probably be in October of 26. What do you have, Lisa?
Can we double check the money? I got 905.
Sure. You're probably right. 300, 4.25, 485, 525, 765. You're right again. 905. Thank you. All right. Now,
October 21st for review date.
at 9 o'clock
o'clock.
in the morning.
Yep.
So you're in custody for 4 days. Should be worse, really. I'm sorry. I probably should send him for more. I don't like this. Do you have all this to pay? How much do you have today?
I'll get paid till tomorrow.
Just tell me you don't have anything today.
No.
How much can you afford to pay weekly or bi-weekly?
They pay a couple of hundred.
I don't want you it says you're earning 500 a week. I know you're starting new employment. I don't want you to bankrupt yourself. You pay $100 bi-weekly. How's that? And I'll start that beginning on November the 24th. How's that? If you don't have the money on any occasion, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom. I'll be glad to give you an extension. Or you can come in here on or before the due date, 8:30. Just don't. You owe them an apology. You understand? Don't ever do this again. Good luck. Thank you.
Judge.
Nevin Todd Janot. Sir, you're going to have a seat over there. Thank you. 25B1477558.
Dion Matteo, PA237A on behalf of Mr. Nevin Janelle. Say your name for the court.
Boy, he says, I'm 74 years old in the victim statement. My encounter with this person was a meeting with the angriest, underlined angriest person I've ever met in my life, underlined exclamation point. What was this, road rage?
No, Your Honor. I just happened to sideswipe him. He was waving me to tell me my headlights were off. And then there was no really verbal interaction between the two of us.
Is there a John Zawacki here, either on Zoom, Lisa, or in person? He's asking for restitution. I don't know if you read this or not. It looks like he's not asking for it. He just said, that his insurance was going up because it's his third claim involved, and his premium's gone up over 90%. Third claim in 13 months. $2,700 damage to his vehicle. That's going to have to be done because, again, there was no criminal offense giving rise to the damage, so that's not the issue here. So I'm going to go ahead and sentence him, and we'll go from there. How's that?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you'd like to say in his behalf?
Judge, he's just apologetic for the situation. And we would just ask that the court take that into consideration.
Anything, sir?
No, Your Honor.
100 fines? How's his record? It's not too good either. Not horrible, but not good. $100 fines, 300 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees, 565, 2 days community service. That's to be completed by December the 20th or 90 days. Okay? 565 or 90 days.
Can he get a payment plan? Your Honor?
Sure. How much does he have today?
I have none today, but starting Friday, this week, I can do 100 a week.
Okay, $100 per week. I don't want you to have to rush over here. You start to pay that on Monday, which is November the 10th. If you ever need more time because something happens, you don't have the money, call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll be glad to give you an extension. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks very much. Probation will explain where you can do your community service at. Okay? Naya, Lene Thomas, 25B148943, A and B. Jeez. Good morning, ma'am. Your name? Did you meet, no, you haven't been arraigned yet, what, right?
No.
Okay. You have the right to a lawyer. You're charged with super drunk and open intox. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I will be glad to give you one. Okay. So Lisa, what did we hear on the lawyers here? I don't,
We're
Well-
using the arraignment and overflow, and Mr. Granata is on his way to help out.
okay. So I will just give this to a lawyer and then just be patient, okay? Because it's, we had somebody not show up today, okay? All right, so go out in the hallway and you'll be set up with a lawyer. Wish you well. Good luck. Ethan Lee Busby, 25B149565, A and B. All right, sir. Your name?
Ethan Busby?
You have a valid plate now?
Yes, sir.
And you showed her proof of that?
Yes, sir.
She's going to have you plead, or you've agreed to plead to the civil infraction of no registration, correct? And then they're going to dismiss the improper plate, right?
Yes, sir.
And also, no insurance. You have insurance now?
Yes, sir.
That will be dismissed. To the charge, no registration, responsible or not responsible?
So
To the charge of no registration, do you plead responsible or not responsible?
responsible.
I'll accept the plea, 150, the improper plate's dismissed, no insurance is dismissed. Can you pay that now?
Yes,
Go
sir.
right down the hall. You're all set. Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Matthew Gates, preparing behalf of Mr. Chen, and state full name for the record.
Nicholas Challenge second.
All right. Does he stand mute? Wait for more reading.
Yes,
And now we've got a disobeyed traffic signal that he was defaulted on because he didn't appear. And the prosecutor's moving to dismiss that if he plead to driving on a suspended, correct?
correct.
Is that what you want to do?
Sir.
If you plead to drive while suspended, revoked, denied, possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail. Costs are all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Sir.
All right. And you want to do this, right?
Yes.
The charge, drive while suspended, revoked, denied. How do you plead?
Yes.
On to October 1 of 25 at 10:49 PM, were you operating a motor vehicle in Western Westwood in Brownstown?
Yes.
Was your license revoked?
Yes.
Are you on probation? Are you on probation right now? Parole?
Sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'm gonna accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea. Made voluntarily in understanding the civil infraction charge. Disobey traffic signals dismissed pursuant to agreement on motion of the prosecutor. I'm going to go ahead and ask, so why was he revoked? He had a flee and elude, I see. You ever have a drunk driving?
Yeah. I just got my license last year for the first time. I got the vote.
I believe, Judge, he was on a probationary period with that license, and he had multiple citations,
Jeez,
that violated that.
you don't want your license.
Decision. Was it one thing that we?
All right.
I was going all the way to work till 4, then what's on what? So I got a ticket, he sent a letter in the mail like the following week saying I was denying the vote for catching that ticket. And I was supposed to have been on probation last year.
Mr.
Who's,
Chen,
who, supposed to be on probation with who?
The bank went to,
Secretary of State?
yeah,
he got his privileges, Judge, through the clean slate program.
he would not.
That he was supposed to be off within 12 months. They never called him for a review. Then when he received the citation, they received a letter saying that his privileges were revoked because of that citation.
All right.
So I did inform him to contact the attorney that handled that, the reinstatement for him.
Anything, sir, that you want to say?
You want to,
That's it. Well, that's it.
100, I'll go light on you, but Gotta be careful with this. 100 fines, 150 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 375 in 90 days.
Some of the payment.
How much do you have today?
They have it Friday.
You pay 175. I'll just give you, if you want to pay it Friday, that's fine, but I'll give you till the 10th. And then the balance, I'll just make the 24th. Is that okay? If you don't have the money, you call the court. We'll go on Zoom, honor before the due date, or you can walk in here, honor before the due date. I'll be glad to give you an extension, okay?
We'll do. I have it though.
Good luck. Stop doing this to yourself. Good luck.
Thanks.
People against Harold. Clarissa Concetta Nicole Harold, 25B 148-529 A. And I also have 24R 513-792 25B 148-529 B and C. So I have 529 A, B, and C, and then I have a case out of Judge Hess's. Your name, ma'am?
First, we should Nicole Burrell.
Madam, we'll confirm that as well. For record purposes, we'll stand you.
Where's she? Where you been?
Well, after the first ticket, I was back and forth with the my truck line had passed. And then I got the other 3 tickets and it was like,
Listen, you gotta show up in court. I'm sorry about your dad. Grandfather, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. You gotta show up in
I
court.
didn't change my address with the property. I didn't do anything. And I should have.
Adjourned to November 19th. At what time, Lisa?
9:45.
Did you say 9:45?
Yep, 9:45.
9:45. Okay, ma'am. Go down the hall and get your notices. You got all these other tickets that are still in default, though. I just caution.
Going in, I have a half day at work on Wednesday, so I'm gonna go in next Wednesday and get those taken care of for me.
There's one case, where's one,
Can I just clarify something? On the B and C file, she waives reading and stands mute on the contempt charge, right?
Correct.
And then she also does them in front of, on Judge Heston's 13792.
is that the rock?
And that concludes one of the most intense cases we've seen today. The judge's reaction makes it clear when a defendant sends explicit content to a minor and then fails to appear for sentencing, the court's patience evaporates. The final ruling: probation, mandatory programs, psychological evaluation, fines, and for days of immediate jail time reflects both accountability and an opportunity for rehabilitation. This case is a powerful reminder of how digital behavior carries real-world consequences, especially when vulnerable individuals are involved. If you found this breakdown just as shocking and eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more dramatic courtroom breakdowns every week.
Let's do Andrew Stevens, CA. 25T7174451.
Good morning, Your Honor. We're all the way on behalf of the people.
Mayor, police is on report, John Tucker, latest 25. Representing Mr. Andrew Stephen, CI.
Mr. Siak, your name, sir?
Andrew Stevens here.
You're gonna behave today, right?
Yes, sir.
You're not gonna act like you did last time, right?
No, sir.
Okay, because if you do, we're gonna have a problem, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. You can have a seat, sir. This is the time and date scheduled for a preliminary exam. I have a 1 count assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder or by strangulation. The other 2 are 93 and 1 year misdemeanors. So there's no right to an exam on those. Any preliminary matters on this, Ms. Allen?
This is the co-defendant case. It involves Andrew Siak and somebody named Juliana. It's listed on the information.
Right.
I want to make sure, I believe she has been KPS'd in the past. I know that there's that warrant out, she hasn't been here.
Lisa, can you check on that?
What's the co-defendant's name?
It's Brianna, Breanna. Love, L-U-V. Last name is Pett, P-E-T-T.
It's in warrant status. She's never appeared.
wanted to make sure that everything was fine on that.
Okay.
And also the assault and battery charge is for her, it's the information, so, the felony charge is not help. If I wrote the information. for her.
Well, that's correct, but she also was charged with assault or assault and battery as it relates to count 2.
Yeah.
So
That's what I.
that's the only count pending against her. Okay. Anything else that you want to bring up before we start?
Well, sequestration, but I don't believe anybody in this court was a witness to the incident.
All right. Any of the individuals out here going to be witnesses today for you, Ms. Tucker Davis, or at the time of trial?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all witnesses, with the exception of the officer in charge and the defendant, are to leave the courtroom.
And
Any preliminary matters from you, Ms. Tucker Davis?
No, Your Honor.
Call your first witness.
Your Honor, I want to make it before I will be moving forward on MCL 768.27C based on the statements to the officer. We do have to complain it here today, but I will have the officer testify today.
Okay. And come on.
And we would make our standing objection to that for the right of confrontation with the complainant. Your Honor.
Thank you.
And would you like me to respond, Your Honor?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I think we take it up one at a time, frankly, as he starts to testify. You can lodge your objections. If you're basing it on hearsay, I don't know if it's going to fall within a rule, an exception or not, but otherwise, let's just play it like that. You can feel free to stand up and object on any of the statements, okay?
Statute, evidence of a statement by declaring is admissible under 1E, if that statement was made to the law enforcement officer.
Right.
And so at this time, the people call Officer Garrett Hughes.
Okay?
I
Not.
not.
You're all set?
We're all set on these dominating.
Oh,
Pleading.
Okay, officer, come on up here.
Unless they try to make the chair, I apologize. The officer charged say then you have Officer Treviniak. He's here filling in.
Okay.
The officer charged.
Sir, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, have a seat, please. Can you state your name and spell your name for my recorder, please?
My name is Garrett Hughes, Garrett, last name Hughes.
Thank you, officer. You can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hughes. Where do you work?
Trent Police Department.
And what do you do there?
I'm a patrol officer.
What are your roles and responsibilities within that role?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What are your duties and responsibilities within that role?
Patrolling the streets, and just doing traffic stuff, responding to calls when citizens call.
How long have you been working there?
Just over 2 years.
So I'm gonna take you back to June 22nd, 2025. Were you working that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall were you on dispatch or patrol that day?
I was on patrol.
And were you dispatched, excuse me, to 39114th Street in the city of Trenton?
Yes, I was.
And was it apartment 221?
Yes,
And that's in Wayne County?
correct.
Do you recall what the reason you were dispatched to that location was?
Yes, a call came out at an assault that just took place where the suspect just fled before I was getting called.
And when you got there, did anybody identify themselves to you?
Who entered the door? Yes, it was Miss Shelley Xavier. She entered the door being very emotional, with a bloody nose and a very dark black left eye.
Were those your observations of her that day?
Correct, yes.
Do you recall what time it was?
I believe it was just before 1 o'clock in the morning.
And did she say anything to you?
Objection.
And you what was your emotional state at the time? You said she had a bloody nose. She had a dark black eye.
Yes, sir.
What else was her physical demeanor like?
She was crying, she was upset.
It's clearly an excited utterance. You don't even need to get to that statute, so I'm gonna overrule it. Go ahead.
And I apologize, what did she say to you?
He said he did it and he had gone.
And, did she tell you what she meant by that?
Well, with my previous experience dealing with that apartment and the calls, I knew who she was talking about. It was Mr. Andrew Siak.
And did she at all that night tell you his name?
After I got in and started talking to her, yes.
And did she identify, and regarding that sentence that she had said to you about he did it and he's gone, did she tell you, that she met Andrew Siak?
Yes,
And do you see him in the courtroom today?
I did.
Could you please come up there and tell me what color shirt he's wearing?
Gray, white.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
The record should so reflect.
And, so what did she tell you that night?
She told me that Mr. Siak and there was an argument over a dog involving Mr. Siak and his daughter. Mr. Siak and his daughter went to a pride event and left the dog at the apartment. And Miss Agent had no recollection of an agreement of leaving the dog there.
And let me stop you there. What did you say? A parade? What?
Pride
Event?
Pride event.
Oh, pride event. Okay. And, so you said there was an agreement about the dog. Was she at the apartment?
Who, the daughter?
No, Shelley Sage.
Shelley was there, yes.
And, what else did she say after that?
So Shelley was upset that the dog was there. She did not agree to watch the dog. She told me she tried to contact Mr. Siak. He was not answering his phone. So she contacted his daughter and explained to her that she did not agree to watch a dog, did not want to watch a dog.
Anything happened next?
The daughter began to yell and scream at her and told her that she'd be right back over to pick the dog up.
And what happened after that? What did Shelley's agent tell you happened after that?
She told me that Mr. Siak and his daughter arrived. His daughter came into the apartment and started whipping her. That's what Shelley told me.
And was that regarding Brianna Pett?
Correct.
And
Did you say whipping?
Whipping. That's what Shelley told me is whipping.
Could you repeat that? That she began, what was it?
Whipping.
Whipping her?
Yes.
And by that you mean Brianna began, in those words, whipping Shelley's agent?
Correct.
And then what happened? Or what did she say after this?
Shelley told me that she removed herself from the doorway into the living room area of the apartment near the TV. And Mrs. Pat began to punch her. And that is when Shelley told me that Andrew was cheering her on.
And
As in cheering on his daughter of beating up.
Today's hearing starts with a warning. And trust me, the judge isn't playing around. We're entering a preliminary exam where the stakes are sky high. Charges include assault with intent to do great bodily harm by strangulation, plus multiple misdemeanors. The defendant, Andrew Stevenson, walks in after previously causing courtroom trouble, and the judge wastes zero time reminding him that one wrong move could land him in an even worse situation. But things escalate fast when the court dives into a chaotic backstory involving a pride event, an unwanted dog, an emotional complaint witness, and a shocking allegation of both father and daughter attacking the victim. And just when you think this case couldn't get any more unpredictable, wait until you see what happens when the judge demands the missing witness be brought in immediately. Hennessy arrives in a condition that nearly derails the entire case.
His agent?
And did Andrew then do anything else?
Yes, that is when Andrew began on assaulting Miss agent.
And how did she say he did that?
She told me he was punching her in the head, and then at one point got on top of her, mounted her, and put his hands around her neck, and he started choking her.
And did you ask, or did she tell you at all, if she could read when he was choking her?
She told me she did not lose consciousness, but
Said what?
that she did not lose consciousness.
Did she describe that he put his hands around her neck?
Correct, and then I did observe when I first arrived at the apartment, red marks around her neck.
And what did she say happened next?
She told me that they left. They took both sets of her car keys to both her vehicles and her cell phone, so she could not contact the police regarding the matter.
And did she say to you, if Andrew CI did anything on that? If you recall.
No, not that I recall.
Did she tell you who Andrew CI was to her?
At that point, their boyfriend, girlfriend, dating on and off for approximately two months.
And did she say that to you that night?
Yes,
Did you, take any photos that night?
I took multiple photographs. Of Ms. Daja's complete body, that she was bruised and battered up and burned across the majority of her body.
Burned.
Yes, sir.
And so you said burned. Did she happen to tell you why she was burned?
Yes, she did. I was asking her about her black eye. And she stated that the black eye was not from the night of the 22nd. It was from a previous incident. Ms. Daja told me, due to the numerous police calls we had gotten to the apartment, they were all real police calls. They were all calls of help. But
I would object here. This is not cited utterance. This is pure hearsay.
Any response?
Your Honor, just again, under MCL 768.27C, these statements are admissible so long as they happen to a law enforcement officer, and they are regarding a domestic violence incident. These are the statements that she said to him that night.
I mean, the statements have to be corroborated. I'm gonna admit it conditionally on you're bringing in Ms. Zajic, correct?
No, Your Honor,
You're not bringing in Ms. Zajic?
I cannot go.
She didn't show up?
She is scared. She is intoxicated.
And I expand my objection because this is the second time that say that and here she's not present. Objection to this officer testifying. She was present 2 times and out unruly in the courthouse and had to be removed.
Your Honor, the statute does not, it is not, the statute allows his statements, regardless of whether or not she is present.
Hang on a second. Was she subpoenaed here?
Correct, Your Honor.
She was subpoenaed and she showed up drunk?
Her availability does not weigh on whether or not this, statute can be
Oh, I know, but it has to be corroborated, right?
corroborated, yes, and that corroborated by evidence other than statements that are admissible under only the section,
You're going into detail about.
This is where the courtroom absolutely erupts into a procedural nightmare. The judge demands the missing witness shall be brought in immediately because her statements are being used under the domestic violence statute. But when she arrives, it's clear she's intoxicated, making her unable to properly testify. This raises serious legal questions. A witness must be competent and capable of understanding the oath. Showing up intoxicated puts her credibility, safety, and the entire proceeding at risk. The judge isn't just frustrated, he's evaluating whether she violated a lawful subpoena, whether she can legally testify in her current state, and whether the prosecution properly served her at all. Viewers, put yourself in the judge's shoes. Would you lock her up for ignoring a court order, or would you hold the prosecution accountable for improper service?
Prior incidents now.
Yes.
and
I understand what the statute says. I want you to bring in this lady, bring in Ms. Zajic right now.
you have to wait still here. Would you like me to excuse him for the time being, or?
No, bring her in. He's not gonna say anything.
And if I may just.
Yeah, put her right in there. Ma'am, can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name, ma'am? You're in a courtroom now, you know that?
Yes, yes, I do.
Tell me your name.
My name is Shelley.
Shelley what?
That's Sajan. Shelley Sajan.
Prosecutor tells me they subpoenaed you here today.
I don't receive mail, my mailbox.
Did somebody personally serve her with a subpoena?
We attempted to serve her personally. She didn't get it, but we were able to make contact with her. She was verbally served by Sergeant Driscoll. And then we had to go get her today.
She was picked up by officers this morning.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How can you serve something? There's only one way to serve a subpoena.
Exactly.
Ma'am, I didn't ask you for your input. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I should lock you up, because if you were subpoenaed and you show up on this state where it's impossible for you to testify, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna find that you've ignored a court order to appear. You couldn't even walk when you got in. So don't start playing lawyer with me. You're in a bad way. You did not drive here, right?
No, Your Honor, she was brought here by.
Right. But if they didn't properly subpoena, what are they doing picking her up and bringing her back? You mean, John, I'm just telling you, this stuff is going on now today. I just can't imagine. She is a mess.
I am a mess.
Ma'am, I don't need you to confirm that. I just observed it from my own eyes. Don't argue with me. They have to properly serve.
Your Honor, I can't tell you whether or not she was personally served.
He just all but told me that verbally Driscoll gave her the order or that's not proper service. I know you do. I'm not saying you didn't. They might have gone out there 89 times. She might have stayed in the house 89 times. I don't know. But you still have to have proper subpoenas. And you can't be picking people up without them being properly served. And if she's served with a subpoena and she shows up like this again, I'm going to lock her up for a week. And I'm going to make sure that she stays in jail where she can't drink, can't drug, can't start rendering opinions to judges. Why is this funny, Ms. Zajic? I'm not the least bit amused. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm stopping this proceeding right now. I'm adjourning this 1 week. You can't just have officers come up here and reiterate things that happen. I mean, I know that this statute exists, and honestly,
It was a decision that we had to make given the circumstances.
I'm adjourning 1 week. She needs to be properly served.
Understood, Your Honor.
Adjourn 1 week. Mr. Siak, there were allegations that you had contact with her. Remember those?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. If I find out you have any contact with her, you will be sitting in jail as long as it takes for the cows to come home. Are we with one another?
Yes, sir.
Lisa, I don't know how I'm going to get through all these cases anymore. December 2nd, at what time? Ma'am, if you're subpoenaed and you show up like this again, I'm telling you, you are going to have you're not going to like what I'm going to do. We're adjourning the preliminary exam. I don't even know when I can do it next week. You give me a time, Lisa?
December 2nd at 11.
At 11. Okay, good enough. That's what we're doing. December 2nd at 11. Thank you. You can step down. You're going to have to be here too. Thank you. Do we ever have this gentleman at the MDOC?
And that brings us to the end of this chaotic Hiranga case filled with emotional charges, missing co-defendants, contested statements, and a witness whose unexpected condition nearly shut the whole process down. the judge is clearly navigating the tension between enforcing courtroom procedures and ensuring that justice is served responsibly. Whether the victim's statements ultimately qualify under the statute, or whether corroboration is sufficient, will determine how and if this case moves forward to trial. This is a powerful reminder of how messy real-life justice can be, especially when personal relationships, violence, and procedural failures collide. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Dylan Randall Ford, 25G306475. You could have Jermaine Johnson seated at the table. Come on up to the podium, Mr. Ford.
All right, everyone, buckle in because this case goes from routine to chaotic faster than anyone expects. Today, we're looking at a defendant who walked into court thinking he could talk his way through 3 probation violations, but the judge isn't buying a single excuse. Missed appointments, skipped testing, incomplete community service, and confusion about outpatient treatment. It all stacks up, and what starts as a simple check-in quickly turns into a judge questioning whether he's acting like a responsible adult or a teenager dodging responsibilities. Watch closely,
you're giving up all those
every
rights
answer
and
he
advice
gives
rights.
raises
Do you
more
understand that?
red flags, and the judge's
Can you hand that
patience
up here, please?
is running out fast.
Your name? I sentenced you on July 31. And I've got 3 different violations here. Failure to attend your scheduled probation visit on November 7 of 25. Failure to attend proof of completing 8 hours community service by September 1 of 25. And failure to provide written verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment. Those are the charges. If you plead guilty or if you're found guilty of those 3, that would be 3 technical violations. You could get 15 days. Do you understand that? Did you sign an advice of rights form today?
Yes.
Today?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Where is it? Pardon? Can you grab it for me, please? So if you plead guilty, you're giving up all those rights on that advice of rights. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Can you hand that up here, please? If you plead guilty, we're not going to have a hearing of any kind. You understand that? Okay. So you might need a probation violation sheet. Now, I want you to understand that you have the right to a lawyer. If you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint an attorney for you at public expense. Do you understand me? Okay. Would you like an attorney?
No. Do I need one?
It's up to you. I can't really answer that for you.
Yeah, no.
All right. I'm going to ask you how you plead as to each one of these. Is the count 1 that you failed to attend your scheduled probation visit on November 7 of 25? How do you plead?
Guilty.
Is count 2 that you failed to provide proof of completing your 8 hours of community service by September 1 of 25? How do you plead?
Guilty.
Count 3 that you failed to provide verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment? How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to attend your scheduled probation visit on that date of November 7th?
Yes.
Did you fail to provide proof of completing 8 hours of community service by September 1?
Yes.
Did you fail to provide verification of attending and completing outpatient treatment? Probation violence. The 2 pages. I got one right here.
No, Judge gets one.
Here. John, I need Jessica, please. Young man, I'm going to accept your pleas. What are you doing?
November 7th was the day that I had that. I was moving that day.
What meeting?
Probation. So that's why.
Have you been in front of me since I sentenced you?
Four.
Did you bother calling and saying I'm moving today?
What? Thought it was November 17th, I found the 7th. So now they don't look at my email.
I gotta tell you, I don't forget faces. When I saw you come up here, I'm thinking when you were here last time, you seemed like such a nice kid and you're blowing this off. What's going on?
Well, everything's done, so the 8 hours.
Well, you didn't do your community service by September 1.
It's done, I just didn't turn it.
What?
The lady at the community service with. I said, email. And then I.
Who'd you do it with?
What said?
Who?
I hit it through Victory, you know? And it's Kristen. And I am in a program, and I called my therapist to email my probation officer, and I guess he doesn't have to.
Here it is. What do you do again?
For work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Was your mom and dad here or something, weren't they? With you that day or not?
oh, the first time I was here. Not today.
You tell me you have to come to court today?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. I'm not real excited about this. You're blowing this off. It was your responsibility to get your community service done by September 1. It was your responsibility to get it here. It was your responsibility to know whether your probation visit date was November 7 or 17. It was your responsibility to immediately get in outpatient treatment. And now I just get all these, hey, they were supposed to send it. Well, maybe you need to call them. I'm really surprised to see you back here.
This
You
section is
understand
where the
that?
judge fully loses confidence in
Okay.
Dylan.
So
The
you
missed
might need a
drug test,
probation
The trip
violation
up north,
sheet.
the excuses about community service, and the confusion over
Now, I want you to
outpatient treatment.
understand
They all paint the
that you
picture of
have the
someone
right
treating
to a lawyer.
probation like an optional program rather than a legal obligation. And when the judge says, you're acting like you're 15,
If
that's
you
not
cannot
just
afford an
frustration.
attorney, I
It's a
will
legal
appoint an
warning.
attorney for you
Judges
at
only
public
talk like this
expense.
when they
You
feel the
understand?
defendant isn't taking the court seriously.
Okay.
Viewers,
Would
think
you like
about
an
it.
attorney?
If you were given a chance to avoid jail time, would you risk it by skipping
No.
tests and forgetting
Do
deadlines?
I
Or is Dylan
It's up to
overwhelmed
you. It's
and
up
in
to
over his
you. I
head?
can't really
I
answer that
genuinely
for
want to
you.
hear your
no.
opinion.
Your name?
That's what,
What's he doing?
I don't know what's going on. I'm also, I didn't include it in the violations that happened after I issued it. He was just dropped to monthly testing and he missed testing November 11th.
You and I are not going to have a good relationship here, son. This is not a voluntary program. This is not a voluntary program. Why did you miss your testing? Up north. Where were you up north? What were you doing in Cadillac?
Here, huh?
Did you bother to tell anybody, hey, listen, I'm going up north? I guess if you'd have been at your appointment on November 7th, you could have said to the probation officer, listen, I want to go up north. Is there going to be a problem? I didn't think I'd see you back here.
One of these.
Well, you're acting like a child right now, okay? How old are you? You're acting like you're 15. I'm serious. Maybe I was too nice to you when I sentenced you. Maybe I need to be tougher. Maybe you would have understood that I'm serious. I guess I can accomplish that now by being tougher. You're going to force my hand. Yeah, suddenly it's not such a lark, is it? I don't know what to do with him.
Other to the violations listed, he has completed his 2 days in the court work program to complete the victim's impact panel. He has paid his full. It's just the outpatient treatment doesn't use it, you know, to get proof of.
Where are you going outpatient? You're not going outpatient, are you?
No, I am.
Well, you don't even know where you're going.
Oh, it's a Zoom meeting. I don't know what it's called. It's just a Zoom meeting with a therapist. And then Kirsty's sending her an email today.
Who's Christy? Your therapist?
At Victory Good.
What's that?
Christy is from Victory Good.
How many times you gone to treatment by Zoom? How many hours you working?
Job?
Yeah.
60.
Good, you got a lot of money. Pay fines and to carry you over if you go to jail. I'm not usually wrong about people. I'm wrong. I was wrong about you. I thought you were going to be an easy one. You're not being easy. You're being tough. You're not being respectful of the system. I remembered that your parents had come with you. Okay? That even impresses me. And that was 5-6 months ago they were in this courtroom with you, right? I'm going to set a sentence, Dave. And you got 2 weeks to go and get proof as the completion of community service and proof of attendance at outpatient treatment. We understand one another.
Yes.
When can I do this, Lisa?
December 8th at 8:30.
How many times you call this, Christy?
Older?
Yeah, well,
Talked to her one time. I did.
you mean even after you got the show cause, you didn't even bother to call her and say, hey, listen, I'm in trouble here. The judge and my probation officer think I didn't complete the community service that I did before September 1. You didn't bother to call her? I'm asking you a question.
Says email.
When did you call her? Before or after you got the show cause? Down the home. And get your notice. You're to comply with all terms and conditions of probation. Is DNA open today? Defendant to test today. You're going to test today at DNA. Do you understand that? Are you going to be negative? Are you going to be negative? All right. You and I will not get along if you keep doing this. Okay? Go down the hall, get your notice, follow up, need proof, need proof, need proof. We're not gonna beg you. Jermaine Johnson Jr., 25W840-273.
All right, let's break this
Your
all down.
name?
The judge ultimately gives Dylan 2 more weeks to provide proof of his community
I
service
sent you
and
on July
outpatient treatment.
31.
Essentially, one last lifeline before
And
sentencing.
I've got
This is a critical
3 different
opportunity, but also a warning. Probation
violations here.
isn't
Failure to attend
flexible.
your
It's a
scheduled
contract,
probation
and
visit
every
on
violation stacks
November
against
7
you.
of 25.
If Dylan doesn't deliver solid
Failure to
documentation,
attend proof of
he's
completing 8
facing
hours
potential
community
jail
service
time,
by
and a
September
judge
1
who
of
has clearly run
25.
out of patience. These
And
cases
failure to
remind
provide
us how
written
fast
verification
small
attending and completing
violations can
outpatient
turn into
treatment. Those
major
are the
consequences.
guilty or
If you
found
found this
guilty
courtroom moment as intense
those
as we
3,
did, make sure to
that
hit
would be
that
3
like button.
technical
Drop your thoughts in the
violations. You could get
comments.
15
And don't
days.
forget to
You
subscribe
understand
for
that?
more jaw-dropping courtroom
Did you sign an
breakdowns.